Well, here we go again. Finally got my new truck on the road. Well, it's not new, it's 2003. Got the stickers, insurance. Geez, isn't it that bad going the legal way anymore? I used to be ducking and diving and hiding and warrants for my arrest and driving with no insurance. And I'm still paying for driving with no insurance 10 years ago now. $50 a month. So at least I got my license back. That's one of the benefits of the system, and I've always worked the system and worked it to my advantage, and and come ahead and gain what I needed. But today it's a lot easier just to fall within the system. How do they say it? Oh, you gotta live on life's terms. I still fight a little bit, I guess, sometimes here and there, and something I don't believe is right. And say you come up to a stop sign, but there's a big tree there. One, you can't even see the stop sign, or two, you got to creep ahead to see the traffic coming, or the stop sign's too far behind in order to see the traffic, so you got to creep up past the stop sign anyway. There's little things like that just irritate me a little bit there, that move the damn stop sign up ahead, that you can make your stop and go. You don't have to stop, creep ahead, look, then go. One of my little pet peeves. And these darn doors there when you go into restaurants and that, they got two damn doors, one for in, one for out. And many times they only unlock the one door. Like, I don't know if it's laziness or what the heck it is. It's for crime prevention, and I don't know really. It guides the person over to where they tell the height of them or something. But sometimes I get pissed and kick the damn door, pretend, oops, I thought it was open. But anyway, back to my videos. Like I said, I've been really busy with the big move, and I'm determined to make all these videos. I think I'm on, number 40, 44, 43 or something like that anyway. But it's been a rough go, and moving and getting everything set up with the internet at home, and I had a couple big jobs to do, and I still have a couple to clean up today. And I knew once I started Papa's renovations there that there was going to be a need. And once I'm good at, I don't mean to brag, but I'm good at what I do because I enjoy what I do. And it's not like a job. I'm not putting in my time. Each day is a love and a joy, the next to come. When you do something that you enjoy for employment or income, you never have to work a day in your life. And today is just the beauty and the love of the next to come. It's so valuable to hold on to and look back on days that you were really happy. If you're suffering right now, I was suffering. I suffered for many years, and the little glimpse of greatness and joy and pleasure that I had from my past, I brought back up into my future. And today I'm living that joy each day and doing stuff I love, carpentry, renovations, remodeling, doing not only what I'm good at, what I enjoy, but what helps others and, what their wants. And I knew like in years past, I didn't have to do any advertising or anything like that, word of mouth, and that's it. I get on this one job, and she invested substantial money and putting a set of stairs into her basement and all this stuff. And before I knew it, she was gathering up, trying to get as much money as she could to keep me there as long as I could, because I was doing and accomplishing what she needed done. And that's so remarkable. And it happens quite often. I remember in the past doing a small job for someone and making them happy, and it's like they found someone they can trust that that does the good job and completes it and everything else. So anyway, let's get on with the note today. Addressing all my problems and looking to the past and dealing with them was really my road to recovery. Here's one of my photos here when I was out snowplowing. I guess you can see it there. That was a photo I took, slowly getting back into the work. I was doing some part-time snowplowing for the city of Ottawa, doing sidewalks, and it was all part of the process of getting back into employment, getting into a routine, and that's all very important to getting your life back and your right for choice. Anyway, today is on a note I wrote quite a few years ago, again in my book Road to Recovery. Mental illness or addiction. What can we say about that? I'm not sure. I should read some of these notes quick, but like I say, I'm so busy, and I just go off the cuff and just go for it, and I'm being real and telling the truth. So, mental illness or addiction. Mental illness for me was all those unhealthy, unwanted thoughts that my brain would entertain over and over again. It was a torment of the brain, I'll tell you, in ways to get what I wanted to get. And anyway, the thoughts of using was learned memory. Learned that if I used alcohol or drugs, those unwanted thoughts would be put at bay. The cycle of abuse started for me very young. I remember when my Uncle Gord just passed away, the first thing I did was to break into my parents' alcohol cabinet and take a little from each bottle into one glass and over the sink chug it down in an attempt to deal with the thought of loss. And I still remember mixing it up and standing over the sink going like that. Just blew. It was nasty. But after that, I'm walking over to my aunt and uncle's house and to meet my cousins and that. And I could just feel myself go, oh, I was no longer going, over and over and over in the brain. So, and it was something I self-medicated early on to try and control my feelings, my hurt. Looking back now, it seems any time I was experiencing loss in my life, learned memory told me that drinking or using is the way to deal with those feelings, thoughts, loss. This is only a small peek into my past and how I became addicted to alcohol and drugs. The trouble with using in lieu of dealing with your problems is the using create problems of their own that need to be put to rest as well. So the cycle continues over and over like a bad nightmare in someone's life. This is why I say it's important to look at the root of all your underlying problems and issues. Quitting using is the first step. So could we say alcohol and drug use was the end result? That alcohol and drugs were the immediate problem but not the underlying issue? I know for most think alcohol or drugs is the disease of all diseases and is the problem, and a person must admit powerlessness over it or die. A commitment to substantial clean time to allow disclosure is key, in my opinion, yes. Whereas you can acquire a clear mind to address all your underlying issues and problems. This to me is more of a disease of the mind, the mental health illness that needs to be addressed in helping deal with loss, change, coping, thoughts, etc. Yeah, it sure does. You get into that cycle of abuse, and one of my roommates there is a typical thing. He's trying to get his truck on the road and all this stuff, and the instant that there's an issue, a roadblock or problem that he's having to deal with, right away he thinks, I gotta have a drink, I gotta have a Valium. Right away he thinks his brain's just an automatic cycle that'll continue over and over and over. And he brought his first truck he brought over, he had it there 2 years and never did get it done. This one he bought back in January, and what is it, August now, and he's still he's still going through that cycle. Other than me helping him, pushing him to get the safeties and the air ignition and all this stuff done, likely he wouldn't have done it, because each little barrier that he comes against, he shuts down. And that's what happens with a lot of people. They get overwhelmed with the issues and problems in their life, the roadblocks that come up ahead of them, and that's where we need to help the person achieve sobriety, is in helping them deal with their issues and problems in their life. Because I tell you, the mind is such it's a powerful and amazing tool, but it also can be overwhelming with issues and problems that people just shut down. They shut down, they quit, they submit to, whatever it might be, homelessness, alcoholism, drug addiction, heroin, cocaine, whatever it might be. They submit to that life. And I did submit to alcohol, but at a time I submitted and then thought, I'm an alcoholic. I'm going to be an alcoholic. I'm going to drink. I'm going to fall down. I'm going to get angry. I'm going to do all the things an alcoholic does, and the negative consequences. I'm going to accept it, and that's going to be my life. Well, no damn way. I finally did turn my life around today, as everyone knows, and I'm loving it and trying to share my story and helping others. You can turn your life around too. Anyway, where are we at here? Alcohol and drugs are usually the end result of these other underlying issues and problems. It's our thoughts that turn to emotions which affect our behavior. Like I wrote in my book, Life in the Game of Addictions, it was my inner afflictions and unresolved issues that affected my outer actions. Yep. By just killing the cure, alcohol and drugs, you used for many years in dealing with the issues, alcohol and drugs will always seem to be the problem. Am I still going on this paper? Okay. Today, I have beat the odds. I have won. And people, still being sober 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, still say, I'm an alcoholic and I'll always be an alcoholic. Well, I am no longer an alcoholic. Why would I call myself something to which I am not today? And I have won. Some people say they never win. They'll never win. That they'll always be an alcoholic, or they'll always, have this powerlessness. And me, there's not a damn thing in this world that I am powerlessness over. I'm in power in everything I do. I make healthy choices today in my life. And I accept the consequences of those bad decisions as bad choices in my life, and I make better ones, more appropriate ones in the future. I have brought closure to 90% of all my issues and problems, killing 90% of my use. I went from a 24 a day to a 24 a year. If even a 24 a year. But, it's pretty remarkable. And a lot of people have that disbelief that you once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Well, you know what? If that holds you clean and sober, and, if your belief is that you're going to go back, if you do go back drinking, that'll be it. You'll end your life. Well, as long as you believe that'll be true. But also true if you believe that you can and will and make appropriate decisions, not any decisions under the influence, but stick to the decisions you make clean and sober. I must make clear that it took substantial clean time and a lot of hard work, education, commitment, and a whole lifestyle change to acquire this freedom. I not only talk the talk, I walk the walk. And I am a proven example of what can be acquired through discipline, will, and determination. And yes, faith for me. Thank you. Amen. Today I choose to live a sober life. I no longer feel the need to escape. The first thing that comes to mind now when I think about drinking is a hangover. Hangover. No time for that. Too busy writing notes to help others, or doing videos or whatever it is. And as always, for those who know me, happy thoughts, happy heart, happy life. I just want to say thanks for joining me on the videos, and keep on track, keep together, make healthier choices, and you won't suffer those negative consequences. And you can do it. You are a survivor. You make the choices in this world, in this life, and you can do anything you set your mind to doing. Take care. I'll see you on the next video.